YouTube channel. Oh my god, I'm loving filming these videos recently. With us getting our bedroom done and our living room done, I'm just like loving the new background vibes, and it's just giving me a little boost just to upload a lot more. So in today's video, I got a lot of questions on the makeup that I was wearing in my last YouTube video, which was my first ever cleaning video, which I will link down below if you haven't seen it already. So I got a lot of questions on the makeup that I was wearing, so I thought why not in today's video just show you how I do it. Obviously it is my more everyday routine, you know, it isn't super glam, but obviously everyone's different. To someone this makeup could be so heavy and intense, but because obviously I love makeup, I love being glam all the time really, so this is a look that I would know, you know, works well with me. The products I love, brushes and everything work well, and you can get it done within about 15-20 minutes, so it's fast and easy as well. So I hope you enjoy it, and I will leave all the products down below, and I love yous, and don't forget to hit subscribe down below, and I will see you soon. So I've just went in and applied my toner just to make sure my skin is properly cleaned. Even though I did cleanse it in the shower, I like to go in with a little bit of a cotton pad, and you can see all the extra dirt that's came off my skin just by applying that. So it's like an extra wee step just to make sure that your skin is totally clean. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my moisturiser. This is just a one from Eyebrow, which is a really good skincare brand. You can get it in Boots and stuff. It's a little bit more pricey, but it is really good, especially if you've quite like dehydrated and dry skin. This one's handy because it has orange in it, so it gives your skin a little bit more energy and also provides you with some more vitamins into your skin too. And it is handy obviously to have your skin nice and hydrated before you apply your makeup on as well. Obviously skincare is really important, but you know, some people go on and on and on about skincare, and then you end up getting really bored, and then by the time the makeup comes along you don't even want to watch anymore. But you know, obviously it's good to have a nice wee base, clean skin obviously before your makeup, nice and hydrated, and then your overall appearance of your makeup will look a lot nicer if your skin's obviously prepped well. Then I've been using this, which is the Model Zone. This is Life Super Elixir Oil, just for like some extra hydration. Obviously if you have oily skin you don't really need to use this step, but my skin would be a lot more like dry to normal, so I like to add a little bit more hydration into my skin. But I would let this sit in my skin for a couple of minutes just before I go in with my foundation stuff, just so that it doesn't like mix with my foundation and make it super oily, but I just kind of want it to sit there on your skin for a bit. First step, I'm going to take my foundation shades. Now I use the NARS Sheer Glow in medium 4 and light 4, and I just mix these two together. So if I was super tanned I would just use this one by itself. If I was really pale I would just use this one by itself, but because I'm kind of in between at the moment, you can see my neck's a little bit darker, I like to mix the two together. More so of the tan one and then a tiny bit of the lighter one just to lighten it up a wee tiny bit. So I'm going to take a fluff foundation brush and just get it all applied onto my skin first, so just absolutely everywhere. Oh my god, I've just dropped my new foundation brush with all the foundation all over my bed. And don't worry about your brows or anything like that, because I do my foundation and everything first whenever I have like a go-to routine. Like I always do my base and everything first and then my brows after. That's just the way I do it. On my clients I do it a lot differently, but on myself I don't mind doing it this way just for quickness really. And then I'm going to take a buffing brush and just start really pressing this into my skin, and because we've obviously applied our moisturiser and our oil beforehand, it's going to make our skin look a lot more healthy and a lot more radiant, because obviously we've prepped our skin and given it a wee glow before, and you're obviously going to see that then coming through the foundation. So just making sure this is really pressed in, and this is just a wee random brush from Savers. All my own brushes are in the shop at the minute, and obviously you can see I'm on my bed filming now, so I haven't got my own brushes with me today, but normally I would use them, or just any sort of clean brush that you have sitting about to do your base routine with. I'm then going to take a wee bit of concealer just for underneath my eyes. This is just the Barry M All Night Long concealer. I've seen a couple of makeup artists and things using this online, so I thought I'd try it, and I do actually like it. It's really good coverage, and obviously it's drugstore too, so if you like the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define concealer, the NARS Radiant Creamy concealer, MAC Pro Longwear, all those sort of concealers, this kind of falls into the same category as those ones. It's nice and hydrating under the eye, and it gives you a nice good coverage too. And obviously for quickness, just going to go back in with the same brush that I use for my foundation and start patting this underneath my eyes. This is the way I find, you know, would be a lot quicker. You know, instead of grabbing loads of different brushes for all different aspects of your makeup, I just use the same brush to blend my foundation and concealer, and then I'll use different brushes after that. But it just saves you a lot of time from having to like dip into like your wee pots and get your brushes out, especially if you're in a hurry, and especially for like an everyday makeup, like, you know, you don't want to do something that's going to take a lot of time. So now that I have that done, I'm just going to go in with a clean brush and just start pressing this on top of everything just to take away any excess product, to make sure everything is totally blended into the skin. So I'm going to take a little bit of my Airspun powder to set underneath my eyes. This one is in the shade Translucent Extra Coverage, so it's that wee one there. So if you are interested in getting that, this one does work really well. And then I also use this on my clients too. It's amazing, just on a wee fluffy brush just to really set underneath your eye area. So just that'll make sure obviously your concealer's locked in place all day. And I'm also going to take some in between my eyebrows, my forehead, on my nose, around my nose, on my lip, on my chin, just in like the T-zone area, because that's the area where you're most likely to sweat and stuff throughout the day. Okay, so moving on to my eyebrows. This is so fast and easy, but I just love the effect it gives. It makes your brows look really nice, and it's really quick and easy. So what I've been doing is taking my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 3.5. So what I'm going to do is take the wee spoolie just in the end of the little pencil and just comb through my brows. Obviously you can see here I've been letting my brows grow for ages now, and they're really starting to become a lot more bushier, and I'm kind of liking it, obviously because I've been wearing my eyes a wee bit more fluffier looking recently. If you're wanting similar brows like me, just let them grow and get quite bushy, squishy, and then it's going to give you like a more fuller effect too. So what I'm going to do first is place my pencil about here, so not right at the front, just like a little bit in, and draw a line straight underneath, and this is going to be the strength line that's going to give my brow a lot of strength and make it look a lot more fuller than what it actually is. So just create a line underneath, following down the natural tail of the eyebrow there. You can see I've got that line, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the top. Connect it down to the little tail area. What I'm going to do is just take the pencil and do a couple of wee lines through my brow just to connect everything together and fill in any little sparse area just to make sure they're nice and strong looking. So then whenever you've got that filled in, what you can do is take your spoolie and comb the front part out, and you can use your spoolie to kind of bring back product from this part through the front, and it'll make it look a lot softer. And just to keep them in place, I'm going to take a little bit of a clear brow gel, any sort of clear brow gel that you know works really well. This one's just from Max Factor, and I'm just combing up all the wee hairs to make my brows look super fluffy. So you can probably see the difference already between an undone eyebrow and my filled in eyebrow. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on this side, and I'll be back in 2 wee seconds. Okay, so because I like my skin to be really like chiseled and bronzy and contour looking, I'm going to do a little bit of contouring here. So I'm going to take the NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat powder. I love the name of that, it's so cool. So yeah, this is just an actual like foundation powder, but I got it in the shade Cocoa, which is obviously a darker colour, which is made for like darker skin tones, but obviously in my skin it's going to work well as like a contour slash bronzing shade. So I'm going to take a little contouring sort of style brush here. This one's just from Iconic London, and this is so pigmented as well, like you literally only need the tiniest bit. You can see I'm dipping my brush in and like tapping off loads of the product here, and with this I'm just going to draw a wee line just right along there, and look at that, you can see obviously that's so harsh. And then what I'm going to do is clean off the brush and then just go back and forth on that line again just to kind of melt it into the skin and just blend it down. So then I'm going to take my bronzer. It's just the Milani Baked Bronzer in the shade 04. That's what that wee one looks like, and I got this in BTY in Belfast. It's like a makeup store, but you can get it on like Beauty Bay and probably the Milani website as well. But I'm just taking on a big fluffy sort of bronzing brush, and with this down my cheekbone, around the temples, and then also down my jawline and a little bit on my neck as well, just to make sure everything's totally like seamless from my head the whole way down to my neck. So adding some in my brush and then just buffing this along just right there. And this is going to give me a little bit of extra cover because, you know, obviously it's the winter time, so I'm not as bronzy as what I normally would be in the summertime. So I do like to add a good wee bit of bronzer onto my skin to add a little bit of colour, because I definitely prefer being tan than like pale. And buffing it around the edges, just wee circular motions and like pressing motions just to get it really packed on there. So the blush that I'm using today is the BAM's Bahama Mama blusher. As you can see, like I said earlier, I like to use a blush that has like a little glow to it, and you can see that that has more of like a golden shimmer running through it. And you'll see like whenever I put this on my cheeks, it'll look as if I have highlighter on already, whenever I actually don't, but it's all just down to like the shimmery bronzer and then the shimmery blush as well. You can see I have like a wee glow on my cheeks there. So obviously if you're super oily, this would be a good wee tip for you in case you don't want to add like a shit ton of highlighter. So obviously throughout the day, as you're getting oily, you're going to look really crazy. You know, if you have a lot of highlighter on, looking quite shiny, and then obviously with your oil coming through the day, your skin's going to be even more shiny. So if you are really oily, I would stick to using a more like shimmery bronzer and a shimmery blush, and then avoiding your highlight. But if you're drier like me and like a little bit of a glow, I like to apply a shimmery bronzer, a shimmery blush, and also a good bit of highlight too, because I like a lot of bronziness and shimmer and everything else to my skin too. So for my highlights today, I'm using like literally an old favourite. Like I love this palette so much. It's the Becca and Jaclyn Hill highlighting palette, and has like the blush shades as well. But what I do is just mix these two together and apply them to like the highest point here. So I'm using one of my little brushes from my collection as well. You can buy these still, they're still on offer, so you can purchase them down below if you want to get one of these brushes. I have my own brush set which comes with 15 brushes, but this is just one of them because, as I said, all of my brushes are down in the shop at the moment. If you didn't know, I actually have my own makeup studio now because business was just so busy and working from home just did not cut it anymore, so I had to get like my own space somewhere. So I've now got my own little studio and it's amazing. So like all my really good makeup and stuff is down in the house, so that's why I have like my own little stash in the house with different bits and bobs. So now that I have my full base complete, what I like to do is just set that all in place. Recently I've been using the Superdrug Vitamin E Hydrating Mist. It's amazing. It's literally just as good as the Urban Decay All Nighter spray, but literally only like £3, and it smells amazing. So just spray that all over my skin and just let that dry then before doing my eye makeup. So before you start with your eyeshadow, obviously make sure that you haven't got any wee brush strokes or anything on your eyelid and everything's nice and blended out just before you come in with your eyeshadow and everything else. Okay, so the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use today is the Soph Dolls Nails Ultra Eyeshadows 24 Ultra Professional Eyeshadow Palette. Obviously you probably know who Soph Dolls Nails is. She's like a YouTuber and she collaborated with Makeup Revolution and produced this gorgeous stunner of a palette, as well as like a highlighting palette too. But I love the eyeshadow palette. Like look at those colours. I actually think she's actually produced another palette since this collection, so I need to really get that one because I do really like this one and it's amazing. See, for the price of it, like you get so many different colours. And the highlighting palette too, it comes with like, I'm near sure there's like 8 different highlighting shades within the palette, and they all range from like pretty dark to really light. So obviously it's good to have if you're, you know, a makeup artist and you've got loads of different skin tones to work with, and they're super inexpensive too, but even for like your own personal use like me as well, like it is good to have a range of different colours in your collection so you can create like any look at any time. So I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and start with this colour here in the palette. It's kind of like an orangey, pinky, red sort of colour, that wee one there. So literally whenever I'm in a rush and just doing something pretty simple, I literally just take a big fluffy brush and put through my transitional colour first. So just buffing this through, and you know, I'm using a big fluffy brush because it's a lot quicker. You can see obviously just buffing that back and forward, I've got that colour on already, so I've got that on. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on this side, just buffing it right into my crease area, just circular motions. By using a bigger fluffier brush you're going to get it on a lot faster, and then because it is still really fluffy, you're blending it like as you're applying it, so it saves a lot of time rather than getting with like a brush and packing it on and then a separate brush to blend it. Better off just using one big fluffy brush and doing the two things at the same time. I'm actually going to go with a little bit of the peachy colour beside it and kind of put this over it a wee bit just to kind of make it a little bit not as like reddy. So I'm putting the peachy colour over that to kind of make it more of like an orangey colour. And then I'm going to take like a flat sort of shader brush and buff them same two colours on my lower lash line as well, right along my lower lash line area. I always like to smoke up my lower lash line no matter what, because I feel like my eyes don't look right, you know, if I have eyeshadow on the top and not on the bottom, so that's why I always like to apply some of the same colour. Then what I'm going to do is take this here shimmery colour here and place this on the first third, and then I'm going to work it into that gold one there on the rest of the eyelid. So this colour is just going into my inner corner area. And excuse my eyelids as well, I don't know what it is, my skin's been really dry recently and I've got a couple of like little dry patches and stuff on my skin, especially like around my eyes, and obviously with applying eyeshadow and stuff it just clings to it, so you can see any like little patches or anything, that's what it is, just like right there and in there, I don't know what it is. And then I'm going to take that gold colour and place that right beside that on that same flat shader brush. Just use packing motions just to get that transferred on. So then I'm going to go back into that orangey peachy colour and just run through the crease again just to get rid of any wee extra bits of shimmer and stuff that kind of drifted off. So then obviously at this stage you can go ahead and do whatever you want. You can apply mascara, you can leave it obviously how it is, or you can apply some lashes. Now I love my eyelashes to be quite dramatic, so I always like to wear either kind of dramatic / natural sort of pair, but then sometimes I like to use it a little bit more of like a longer like spidery looking pair, if you know what I mean, like quite fluffy looking. So I've been using these ones here. These are the Sassy Lashes in the style Georgie, and I've already worn these before. These are my brand of lashes and you can wear them like numerous amount of times as long as obviously you take good care of them, but that's what they look like. But for an everyday basis they look quite dramatic on me because my eyes are quite small, but on bigger eyes these would look a lot more natural, but they are really lovely for like every day, and then also obviously with a more like smoky eye makeup look they're stunning as well. I'm just going to take my duo eyelash glue and just prepare these, and then while they're sitting drying I'll move on to my lip. So I just take some glue in the back of my hand and run the tiniest little bit along the band of the lashes and then let them sit for a minute or two just to get a little bit tacky so that I'm not like sliding about with them on my eyes. So I'm going to take the NYX lip liner in Nude Truffle mixed with the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brulee and just pair these together, and it gives you like really nice defined lips but then quite natural obviously because it's just like a pinky peachy coloured gloss on top rather than like a full liquid lipstick. And just place your wee lashes on and just start pressing them in just to ensure they're stuck down completely and that they're going to stay on like all day long, because obviously you don't want your lashes coming off or anything. So just press them down, and it's so handy, like say if you let your glue sit for a couple of minutes and let them become tacky, they're so much easier to apply, because if you go in with the glue straight away and try and apply them like straight away, the glue is still really wet so it's just going to slip and slide. Because if you let your lashes sit for a bit and let the glue kind of settle in and get a little bit tackier, it means whenever you do put them on they'll stick straight away and you won't have any like issues whatsoever. Finish it off with a final little spritz of the vitamin E setting spray. So to be honest you don't even really need to do this step, I just love being extra because I genuinely just love the feel of this on my skin, so if I could I would spray this on my skin after every step. It literally smells like, you know, whenever you go on your holiday and it just smells like sun and like sand, sun creams, like that really gorgeous like coconutty smell. Oh my god, it's amazing. Like I would just drown myself in it if I could. The final makeup look. As I said, this is like an everyday makeup routine, and you know I don't wear makeup, like I rarely ever wear makeup, but this is the look that I would wear, you know, if I was going down to work and you know I wanted to wear makeup that day. This is something that I would go for, something that I know works well, it looks presentable and it's really quick and easy to do. Sometimes I wouldn't wear lashes, I would just do mascara, but most times I always would wear the lashes. I don't feel like myself without lashes on, to be honest. Obviously everyone's different, this could be like a total like going out makeup look for someone, but for me, because I love makeup, I just love being really glam all the time pretty much. So yeah, this is the final look. So guys, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button down below. I cannot wait to film some more videos for you guys to see, and I hope you enjoyed my last video, the little cleaning one. I'll leave a link to it down below as well if you haven't watched it already, because my first ever cleaning video that I did and I loved it so much. So if you haven't watched it, I will leave the link down below or leave a little card on the screen and you can click it up here. I love you guys and I will see you in my next one. Bye!